Welcome to this Champion Spotlight. Introducing Nova, Avatar of Light. Nova is a low-health, high-damage mage who takes advantage of her short cooldowns in order to keep up a constant barrage of deadly light and take down enemies from afar. Nova's first ability is Trail of Light. Nova fires a ball of light in a line. The projectile sears the ground with light as it travels, leaving fields that damage and debuff the armor of enemies. Take advantage of Trail of Light's debuff by painting the field with it early in the fight. The decrease in enemy armor will accelerate Nova's damage and help her take down enemies more quickly. Nova's second ability is Dazzle. Nova summons a blast of light at a target location which explodes after a brief pause. Damage is increased at the center of the explosion. Nova's next ability is Supernova. Nova summons a blast of light at a target location which explodes after a brief pause, snaring enemies. Damage is increased at the center of the explosion and enemies are stunned. Try to land Supernova at the beginning of fights. If an enemy is stunned, it's much easier to hit them with the center of Dazzle for extra damage. Even if the stun misses, Supernova's snare can make follow-up abilities much easier to land. Nova's next ability is Flare. Nova channels, rapidly firing balls of light from her hands in a targeted direction. Flare is a great source of damage for Nova. But Nova is locked down for the duration of Flare's channel, so be careful where you choose to set it off. Nova's final ability is Enlightenment. Nova focuses energy for a brief time and then unleashes a beam of light that spans the entire game board. Enlightenment is currently the longest range source of damage in the game and is very versatile. Shoot an enemy in the top lane from the bottom lane, shoot an enemy in the bottom lane from the top lane. Shoot an outer tower, shoot an inner tower, shoot the power node, or just shoot your enemy in the face. Nova players should try to apply constant pressure to enemies while in lane. Even the most maneuverable champions will have a hard time dodging all of Nova's skill shots, and as soon as they slip up, land a Supernova and wipe them off the map. Nova's variety of AoE attacks make her an excellent team fighter as well. As long as you're able to dodge enemy abilities, Nova has plenty of damage to share between 2 or more enemy champions. However, all of Nova's abilities are skill shots, and some of them have a channel period. Nova players must pay attention to enemy movements and predict their locations in order to capitalize on her damage. Nova's talents allow each player to customize her towards their playstyle. For increased sustain in lane and to avoid bursty enemies, reduce the duration of incoming crowd control at Tier 3. Snare enemies for 2 seconds with Dazzle at Tier 6, and gain a 30 damage shield when dropped below 20% health at Tier 8. For high critical hit chance and the capacity to burst down enemies, gain 2.5% chance of critical hit for each nearby teammate at Tier 5. Decrease enemy resistance by 10% with Flare at Tier 7. And gain a 15% damage boost for 3 seconds when Nova lands a stun with Supernova at Tier 10. Thanks for watching this Champion Spotlight. Visit callofchampions.com for the latest news and information.